एतां विभूतिं योगं च मम यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः सोऽविकल्पेन योगेन युज्यते नात्र संशयः एतां विभूतिं योगं च मम यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः सोऽविकल्पेन योगेन युज्यते नात्र संशयः एतां विभूतिं योगं च मम यो वेत्ति तत्त्वतः सोऽविकल्पेन योगेन युज्यते नात्र संशयः एतां all this vibhutim opulence yogam cha also mystic power mama of mine yaha anyone vetti knows tattvataha factually saha he avikalpena without division yogena in devotional service yujyate engaged na never atra here samsayah doubt. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. He who knows in truth this glory and power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of this there is no doubt. Translation with repetition. He who knows in truth this glory and power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of this there is no doubt. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The highest summit of spiritual perfection is knowledge of the Supreme Personality of God. Unless one is firmly convinced of the different opulences of the Supreme Lord, he cannot engage in devotional service. Generally, people know that God is great, but they do not know in detail how God is great. Here are the details. If one knows factually how God is great, then naturally he becomes a surrendered soul and engages himself in the devotional service of the Lord. When one factually knows himself in the devotional service of the Lord, he becomes a surrendered soul and engages himself in the devotional service of the Lord. When one factually knows the opulences of the Supreme, there is no alternative but to surrender to Him. This factual knowledge can be known from the descriptions in Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita and similar literatures. In the administration of this universe, there are many demigods distributed throughout the planetary system, and the chief of them are Brahma, Lord Shiva, and the four great Kumaras and other patriarchs. There are many forefathers of the population of the universe, and all of them are born in the Supreme Lord Krishna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna is the original forefather of all forefathers. These are some of the opulences of the Supreme Lord. When one is firmly convinced of them, he accepts Krishna with great faith and without any doubt, and he engages in devotional service. All this particular knowledge is required in order to increase one's interest in the loving devotional service of the Lord. One should not neglect to understand fully how great Krishna is, for by knowing the greatness of Krishna, one will be able to be fixed in sincere devotional service. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Krishnaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nidanamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Devishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Deshatayane Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna. So I would like to welcome each one of you for this Jhulan Utsav, which is a 5 days festival starting from yesterday. Today is the second day. And it also happens to be the birthday of, the disappearance day of one of the great acharyas, Rupa Goswami. So Rupa Goswami, out of the 6 Goswamis, one of the prominent Goswamis, under whose name we are all called the Rupanugas. So we are followers of Rupa Goswami, must be an exalted acharya. So before I begin, probably I would like each one of you to repeat after me the prayer that we chant for Rupa Goswami, so that we beg for his mercy on his disappearance day, and then we will discuss a little bit the verse that I spoke. Shri Chaitanya, that's the one. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadanti Sopadantikam Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadanti Swapadantikam Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. So, what is it that Rupa Goswami had special that we should ask for his mercy, and why his prayer itself is mentioning Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam? Because Rupa Goswami knew the mind of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale. And to establish what the Lord has in his mind, he endeavored to establish this in this world. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam. That Rupa Goswami, who is so dear, who knows the mind of the Lord, will he give me shelter at his feet? Why should we pray for this? That's what we will discuss today, and it is very difficult. I was thinking I will take something from Chaitanya Charitamrita and talk about Rupa Goswami's pastimes and a few these things as to how he was so absorbed. But then I found if I stick to Bhagavad Gita, which we can relate to, we can appreciate Rupa Goswami's contribution even more. So this verse is saying, Etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yovetti tattvata so avikalpena yogena yujyate natra samsaya. Samsaya means doubt. Etam vibhutim yogam cha. This chapter 10 is also known as Vibhuti Yoga. Vibhuti means opulence of the power or the glories of the Lord. Yoga, this opulence, power, or the glories are related to the Lord. Or the yoga, the linking process by which we can know the Supreme Absolute Truth with His glories, powers, and opulences. Etam vibhuti yogam cha mama yovetti tattvata. So vikalpena yogena. So avikalpena. Avikalpena means without division. Yogena yujyate natra samsaya. This verse is saying, he who knows in truth this glory and power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of this there is no doubt. There is no doubt. So if we know about the Supreme Lord, right, we all know from the verse that Parasara Muni, the father of Vyasadeva, composed of the definition of Bhagavan. Who Bhagavan is. Bhagavan means who possesses Bhaga. Like Dhanavan, who possesses Dhana. Or like Jnanavan, who possesses Jnana or knowledge. Bhagavan, as per Parasar Muni is Aishwaryasya Samagrasya Viryasya Yashasya Jnana Vairagyos Sanna Bhagavati. The Lord is He who possesses infinite virya, infinite power, infinite fame, yes sir, infinite opulence, Shriya, infinite jnana, and infinite vairagya simultaneously. Parasar Muni is listing just 6 opulences here. Does it mean the Lord only possesses 6 opulences? Not true. The Lord's opulences are infinite. And this is Bhagavatam, Vedavya says, Yoga anantasya gunan ananta anukramisham satu bala buddhi. Yoga anantasya gunan ananta anukramisham satu bala buddhi. It is childish if somebody says that I can count how many opulences the Lord has. Yoga anantasya, oh infinite Lord. Gunan ananta, oh he's got infinite qualities. Anukramishyan satu bala buddhi. If somebody says no, I can count, it is bala buddhi. What is bala buddhi? Bala buddhi means childish like intelligence. You ask a child, probably very small child, I'm not finding anybody. Small child, you ask, how big is Logan Airport? But this big. Okay. How big is the mountain? This big. How big is the river? This big. How many qualities the Lord has? Oh, this many. But here it is mentioned, Yoga Anantasya Punananta. Infinite qualities. You can't count them. So why do we need to know this? That's very important because he's telling he who knows in truth this glory and power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of this there is no doubt. You see some festivals that we organize in the temple. If it is Janmashtami, you will find more than 1,000 people attending. Right? If it is some Jhulan Yatra, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 like. Yesterday I don't know, maybe it was the count was a little more. Or something like that. Handful, like 2 visits. Why? Is it bad? Is it wrong? What is it? Is the faith something like periodic? Or is it something like seasonal? Oh, Janmashtami, let's go. Physically, people come here, but in their mind, they're not convinced. You know, one of the most famous verses that people speak, which you also might be knowing, many of you. Tumeva mata cha pita tumeva bandhuscha sakha tumeva vidya dravana tumeva sarva mama deva. People say that. Then you ask them, why are you not coming to our festival, Jhulan? No, Prabhuji, my uncle's niece, nephew is getting married. Right? Just now you said, Tumeva mata cha tumeva pita. You're saying you are only my mother and father, now you are saying uncles, nephews, niece is getting married. You don't have conviction in that. But here the verse is telling, if one knows in truth the glory and power of mind, etam vibhutim yogam cha mama yogetti tattvataha sovikalpena yogena yujyate natra samsaya. I'll give you a few examples. Imagine, you walk out of this temple. You're very lucky. Jhulan Yatra you attended, very, very nice, auspicious, and you found a ring in the parking lot. For some reason, it was getting late, and you saw that there were no other cars, nobody else is around. The lights were off, but you have found it. You kept it with you and you went. You don't know the value of that ring, and you ask one of your friends, Amar or whatever, Ramu, how much this ring cost? That friend of yours, he will say the ring. And this looks good, nice ornamental ring, maybe costing about $50. Okay, no problem, you keep it. And then after that, you happen to visit to some jewelry shop, and you showed him, the jewelry shop's owner was not there, just an assistant was there, and he looks at that ring and he says, oh, this is worth $500. Oh, this is $500. after some time, your actually uncle visits you, who is expert in jewelry. He himself owns a jewelry shop. And he looks at that ring and he says, this is $500,000. So what happens inside? When the knowledge about the ring increases, your love for that object also increases naturally. You don't have to sit in Ashtanga yoga and meditate. Oh, now I should increase my devotion for this, I should increase my attachment for this, I should do some, Kundalini and develop those kind of things. Knowledge. Just knowing about it, automatically our faith increases. So this is Lord saying, he who knows in truth his glory and power of mind engages in unalloyed devotional service. Because we don't know, hence we don't have faith, and since we don't have faith, there is no love for Krishna. The more you know, the more you develop the faith. The more you develop the faith, the more you will develop love for Him. Bhagavatam, the last verse of Bhagavatam, it concludes by Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranasanam Pranama Dukha Samanas Tam Namami Harivaram. Nama Sankirtanam Yasya. Whose name? Nama Sankirtanam, when we chant Sarva Papa Pranasanam. That name of the Lord, so powerful. Sarva Papa Pranasanam. It destroys all the sinful things in our life. Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranasanam Pranama Dukha Samanas. It destroys all the miseries from our life. Pranama, I bow down to Dukha Samanas. Tam Namami Harivaram. That name of the Lord, Hari's name, I'm bowing down. That's Param Nam. All of us, at least those of us who are from North India, I don't know if it is a tradition in South India, when a person dies and he is carried to the graveyard on the shoulders of 4 people, what do people say? Ram Nam Satya, Ram Nam Satya, Ram Nam Satya. Is it true also in South India? Not true. So they carry and then they take it to the graveyard, but sometimes in India it happens that probably the diagnosis is not proper and people also experience near-death experience and the son comes back to life. Right? And the son suddenly he has woken up and is sitting there. And if people continue to chant Ram Nam Satya, Ram Nam Satya, immediately the father will say, hey, stop. Now my son is alive. How can you chant Ram Nam Satya? Only when the procession is going to the graveyard, we say Ram Nam Satya hai. And as soon as the rituals are over, the Antyeshti is done, we come back and then Jagat Satya hai. This is ignorance. Because we don't have faith on the power of the holy name. You don't believe? Go to somebody's house tomorrow, knock at his door, he opens the door and you chant Ram Nam Satya, Ram Nam Satya, Bhagavate Kalmati. At last, you come here to create some inauspiciousness in your family. You want some people to die. We say something, but we don't mean it. We don't really value it. That's why the Lord is telling, he who knows in truth this glory and power of mind, engages in unalloyed devotional service. Of this there is no doubt. I'll illustrate this one with one more example, then link it to Rupa Goswami. Imagine there is a person who is working in a big company, maybe a steel company or something, some Tata Steel or something, I don't know, whatever, some big steel company. And his family is staying back home in some village. And this person is living in the city. He's been working hard. He's been going to the office, works very hard and comes back. And when he comes back, he has a servant by name Ramu who serves him some cooked food. This goes on, so very busy, hard day's work. He's working hard. And steel factory, so in his dust and all comes, he sweats, toils and comes back. And in the meantime, when he comes back, he takes a nice shower and he expects a nice food to be served. So one day what happened when this person was not there, he was working in the factory, The sadhu visited that house. The sadhu comes and the sadhu says, I'm very hungry today. So, do you have any food? So he said, yes, I have something. But the sadhu says, I have nothing to give you except for this stone. But this stone is not ordinary stone, this is touchstone, paras. The servant didn't have any idea, but he thought he should serve the sadhu. And he served the sadhu. Whatever he had cooked for that master, he gave it to the sadhu. And the sadhu in return gave one paras money, which was kept on the table. This man comes back, takes a shower, comes back, calls Ramu, Bhojan lao, Prasad lao. So Ramu was still preparing. He said, Master, this will take some time, because there was one sadhu who came, and that sadhu was very hungry, and I just fed him. And in return, he has given this paras money, this touchstone, which I kept it here. The master was furious. How foolish you are! The exchange of some paras money, you have given him all the food that you have prepared for me? The stupid fellow, he took that stone and threw it. And it banged on one iron frame of the door that became gold. And then, so he looked at that, oh, this has become gold. Then he picks that stone and brings it. He was wearing a ring, he touched it, that ring also became gold. Then there was one metal object which was kept on the table, he touched that, that also became gold. Anything which happens 3 times, it is, Hare Nam, Hare Nameva Kevala, Kalau Nastyeva, 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 Katiranyata. 3 times done, so this truth. Then he started thinking, oh, the whole steel factory, I can turn it to gold. What power I have. I can, whatever this Amtrak training track or something, everything I can turn gold. I will be the most powerful man, he started thinking. What I'm trying to say, that stone, ordinary stone which was lying on the table, seeing that which he had so much of doubt, he was thinking, what this stone he has got. Now that he knows the power of it, he develops faith and love. This is what the sages have. This is what the human life is meant for. To re-establish our relationship with that loving God, who is waiting eagerly, patiently. When this man will turn towards me with my faith. Rupa Goswami, in his composition, he says about this one verse, it says, Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita mati kriyatam yadi kutopi labhyate tatra laulyam avimulyam ekalam janma koti sukritirna labhyate. What was it that Rupa Goswami had? Why we are called Rupanugas? He was a finance minister in the kingdom of Sensa, very powerful king. But he gave it up all those, surrendered himself to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. What he was possessing is this infinite faith and conviction. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita mati. All that matters is our consciousness. Now I have kept my laptop, there is Bhagavad Gita book and my mobile on this table. Is the table protesting? Why do you keep so many things on me? No, it doesn't have consciousness. We have. And this consciousness gets influenced by the 3 modes of material nature. But the sadhus, they are fixed. Krishna, Bhakti, Rasa, Bhavita, Mati. Soaked, deeply imbued in Krishna consciousness. Because they know who Krishna is. We don't know. And since we don't know, we don't have faith, we don't have love. So that is why this verse of Rupa Goswami very succinctly puts what it is that we need to do. Krishna, Bhakti, Rasa, Bhavita, Mati, Priyatam, Yadi, Kutopi, Labhyate. If you find anywhere somebody is having that, immediately buy it. Priyatam, Yadi, Kutopi, Labhyate. Immediately buy it. What price you have to pay? Do you have the currency to buy this? Well, the price that you have to pay, the currency that is required is laulyam. Tatra laulyam apimulyam ekadam. Eagerness. That eagerness. What people lack is, and all some kind of a ritual thing that they come to temple on one particular day, because today is the auspicious day. Just in that temple, 90 people are going. Let me become the 91st. But what they lack is the conviction in their mind. Mind will be absorbed in so many other things. कब थाली मिलेगा, कब मैं झूला करूँगा, कौन सा गाना हम गाएंगे, क्या होगा प्रसाद में. Some thoughts matter that. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita mati kriyatam yadi guto vilabhyate tatra laulyam apimulyam ekalam. But only the price that you have to pay is develop that sincere, intense eagerness. So on this day of Rupa Goswami's disappearance, and the second day of Jhulan, let's all pray. Let's pray to Rupa Goswami. We don't have that taste. Our minds are absorbed in so many material things. We lack the faith because we don't know about the Supreme Lord. If a little mercy, a drop of mercy from them falls on us, then our knowledge improves, increases, our faith improves, and our consciousness becomes fixed in this. Krishna bhakti rasa bhavita mati kriyatam yadi kuto vilabhyate tatra laulyam apimulyam ekalam janma koti sukriti vednarabhyate. In the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Manushyanam api sahasreshu kaschid yadati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschid mam vetti tattvata. Manushyanam api sahasreshu. Thousands of people are there. So many people you look around, they're there. Manushyanam api sahasreshu kaschid yadati siddhaye. Out of that 1,000, maybe kaschid is not even one. Maybe somebody tries to ask questions and understand what is this creation all about? What's going on? Why am I going through all this transformation of bodies? Why these miseries are coming? Kaschid yadati siddhaye. He wants to find out, he wants to become perfect. Yatatam api siddhanam. Out of that thousands, that one person was trying. Out of those one person, like that there are few who are trying. Yatatam api siddhanam. Those who are trying to become perfect. Kaschid mam vetti tattvata. Very rarely one knows me. This is the mystery of the Supreme Lord. But if you know, and then as in Bhagavad Gita, 10th chapter, Krishna himself revealed some of his opulences. The moment we know that, knowledge, faith, love, everything develops in the heart. You don't need to do some kind of Ashtanga yoga, Kundalini, nothing. Actually, one of the statements of Upanishad, which is stated by Prabhupada, in the Chaturshloki Bhagavatam, it says, the moment we know about the God, naturally we will engage in devotion service. Just because we don't know. We do all kinds of things and get entangled in this material world, birth to birth. So this is the message that I wanted to share. Srila Prabhupada ki, Sri Rupa Goswami ki, Tantra Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki, Nitaya Gaur Premanand.